Ladies and gentlemen, for far too long, it is now time for Xwa Underground, coming to you live from the MYS YouTube channel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your official commentator, MYS, and this match has already been made official just roughly 1 hour before the show. And it was also quite of a shocker to most people that Cobra has signed to Xwa Underground. And he'll be facing off the Prince, in which that would be, without end up being Austin King.
Making his way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 215 pounds.
So of course, as Cobra, tell you this would be his second match back in the XWA. However, the main reason why he is a part of the underground roster is because he at least wants to show off the newer generation of XWA wrestlers how it's properly done. But as for a dream match in this company, or at least in this overall brand, would be Cobra going up against Lance Filler. And now here comes Cobra's opponent. As we would like to say, please share this with friends, family, or just overall fans of wrestling. Because the more the merrier. And here comes the Prince. Now you gotta take a look at Austin King here, because this is his first time in Xwa Underground, and so far people are kind of a 50-50 after seeing what Austin King was capable of doing, well, from what it looked to be from the main event that just roughly happened 2 days ago during Xwa No Limit, and where Austin King made his overall Xwa debut alongside with many others of Xwa Underground. And he actually won the Fatal 4-Way match. So you can't say that Austin King is coming off from a major hot start. But with Cobra in his way, all that momentum may end up being stopped if Austin King was to let his guard down. At the beginning, it seemed like just for a simple grapple. Now King throwing Cobra straight into the corner and is looking to try and hang him into some sort of three of woe. Cobra managed to counter and escape it, and with the big boot connecting to the chest of Austin King, Cobra taking tiny bits of appraisal from the crowd. And looking at Cobra, of course, showcase all of his skill trying to put down Austin King and make sure he ends up staying down. I'm ready to go for an early cover here for match number 1. And Austin King kicks out. And keep in mind, Xwa Underground will have their own pay-per-views as well, as we forgot to mention. So I suggest you be on the lookout for it. And also from 3 months from now, we will do our first Xwa draft. Or probably either in 5 months, who knows, depends. If I end up making more wrestlers for Xwa Underground, that is, then yes, it'll be 5 months. Hell, I might do it somewhere around November. And the hook in the leg here, Austin King. And you can actually see that the crowd actually is counting alongside with the ref. I did not notice that. That's cool. And now Austin King taking flight outside of the ring, putting his whole body on the line. And of course, the so-called Prince now has his servants on their feet and behind him at all costs. And of course, for Austin King, trying to hold his own against the Pittsburgh's Rottweiler for Cobra in the very ring. And the ref count's already at 5. Cobra's gonna have to do something here to at least not only save himself, but also save himself a bit of time to inflict more damage onto Austin King to come out victorious tonight. And Austin King pretty much letting his overall speed get the best of Cobra. You gotta remember that Cobra is technically the old head in this company, with him being approximately almost pushing 50 years old, but he still looks like he's in his 20s. And now Cobra is starting to lay out some offense into the corner. Austin King hooking the legs here. And it seems like Austin King automatically got shoulders up. And it seems like Cobra wants to face the hard cam for no obvious reason and gets straight back into it, taking down Austin King with mounted punches included. And of course, Austin King won't be able to at least capitalize on his own situation. And Cobra ends up missing the snake bite. So now looking that Austin King might have Cobra in a trap, but Cobra gets out of it and counters it, or at least follows it up with some stomps. Now Cobra had the eye set on the prize for the suicide tornado DDT. And now looking at Cobra might be ready to finish off the quote-unquote king. As there's not only one, but there's actually 2 kings in this company alone, let alone in this brand. And we will see the real king make his appearance tonight. Also, I believe after this I might make a universe mode so that I can experiment with how everything is looking. And it looks like that Cobra will take the win due to count out.
Here is your winner.
And of course, Cobra didn't want to at least cause further damage onto Austin King because he's still new here. So he has a lot to learn, and sure, he may have won the Fatal 4-Way, but it just won't be enough to take home the win against an overall veteran, let alone a future XWA Hall of Famer. And that would be Cobra. And who knows, he might actually put someone under his wing if he just so chooses. But how would that go out? Nobody knows.
Pay attention, bitch!
And then our next fight is actually one that people never thought or let alone saw coming. As if I can find the one I'm looking for. Because I have made a list in real life of wrestlers of certain companies, so it would have to be easier for me to find them. But of course, at the match, after made official by Anti, well, pretty much the official chairman, or actually no, the general manager of Underground would be Hunter. So now with his approval. And as the match is set for Melissa Smith versus Houston, Texas, versus the Houston's own Emma Ford, which it's actually been proven that Emma Ford is technically the forgotten sibling of the Ford family. So pretty much all I can say is Thanksgiving with the entire Ford family is probably going to be a little interesting.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Melissa Smith.
Now, of course, you want to have to keep an eye on Melissa Smith here. That, of course, she may have lost, well, on the main roster to and from Dark Matter, which we will have at least updates of that, I believe, on Onslaught. I think it was either Onslaught or No Limits. I'm gonna have to pull out the papers once again. But other than that, Melissa Smith is just ready to take the fight. I have problems pronouncing her name. Sorry.
And from Houston, Texas, Emma Ford.
Of course, here comes pretty much the Lone Ranger, as she would to call herself in Japan Wrestling, Emma Ford. Now, many people didn't believe this was real after her announcement saying that she's coming back home to the U.S. and signing the XWA Underground, hopefully being able to be called up to the main roster to help out her younger sister Taylor in what could be an ongoing war zone between her against her former friends. That was wrong, and it seemed like Melissa Smith was already trying to run for the ropes to try and get some speed, but not in the light of Emma Ford. It's already looking that Emma Ford now has Melissa Smith within the crosshairs, attempting to try and get fans behind her. Round and round we go. Where we will stop, only Ford knows. It seems that Emma Ford just is trying to play with her target before, in this case, drawing the revolver to put down her opponent. And with the spine buster connecting onto Melissa Smith. But wait a second. See that Emma Ford try to take, well, to the top rope, wanting was Smith to get up. But Melissa Smith managed to get out of the way, trying to throw Emma Ford to the rope. And the left leg ends up connecting, and the cutter. And Emma Ford managed to counter from what it looks like that Melissa Smith might be able to. Wait a second, hold up. It looks like the long horn ends up being locked in, but Melissa Smith able to escape. Now, if there's one thing to point out, that you do not want to be locked in, well, Emma Ford's submission hold, because once she has you locked in, the more you try to escape, the more painful it gets. And Emma Ford immediately drops Melissa Smith. Cover now. And Melissa Smith wants to keep this match going as she kicks out at once. And Emma Ford now trying to at least limit Melissa Smith's running speed by tying the hamstring to throw her to the side of the ring. And now taking flight with the body splash onto ringside. You gotta remember that well, not remember, but as we know that Emma Ford is technically pretty much a part of the Wild Run, or at least everything she ever wrestled in Japan, she was technically in for a wild ride in terms of going after countless championship runs, and let alone having one of the most successful title reigns, in which it was put to an end. And Emma Ford, they had to go for pretty much the double axe handle drop, and each of the fates end up connecting. It seemed that Emma Ford might be looking to put down Melissa Smith with the spine buster, but the ref called in the rope break, and he is correct. Wait a second now. It looks like Emma Ford is now going for the 6-shooter. Well, into cover, and gets the win in her Underground debut.
Here is your winner, Emma Ford.
And of course, after Emma Ford, well, she is pretty much just happy to be back. Well, it is, well, in the United States, just wrestling at her prime. I don't have a whole lot of people on here, so I get this might be a short show, unfortunately. Hoping that won't be the case. I knew I should have made some tag teams, but oh well, that one was on me. Now let you look here. Actually, would like to learn one fight. And our third match of tonight will be Morgan Ramirez against the absolute powerhouse Allison Drake. Now, if this was an actual normal video, and I had people to edit it, I would have made a whole damn video packet. But even if I were to do that, it'll probably get taken out by you know who, WWE, because I figured out the reason why they took down. I figured out something was wrong when I was trying to live stream the showcase mode, because WWE always be copyright striking those, although it's in the description saying I don't own anything and all rights go to the respective owners. I don't know what's going on, but the moment I figure it out, then I'll try to stream showcase mode. Hopefully. Or I could try to get my Twitch account, well, up and running again, for where I can just stream, well, pretty much just stream exclusive stuff on Twitch, but 9 times out of 10, that's probably not going to happen. Or I can use my second channel to post all of this, which I might actually do, but it's going to take a lot of work. Bear with me. But anyways, Morgan Ramirez, or in this case one of the youngest XWA Underground stars here, but we don't judge her of her age, we only judge her of her overall skill. And let me tell you, her skill is unlike any other.
From Anaheim, California, Allison Drake.
But here comes the immovable object that stands before Morgan Ramirez, and maybe a possible XWA Women's Champion. But I will say, next week we will be crowning a new XWA Underground champion. Let alone, we will be setting the starting champions in XWA, and there will only be 2 champions. one for both Onslaught and No Limits, and the other for Underground. So I suggest you might as well put your votes, pretty much you want to put your predictions, or at least in the Twitch, well, pretty much in the chat, and hope that you're right. And pretty much these are what makes it a little worse in this matchup, that both Morgan Ramirez and Allison Drake are just two high school friends. So now we're gonna see who is the best. And the bell has rung and the match is already underway. And Allison, but you gotta remember that with the way that Allison Drake looks, she has the overall, well, advantage in terms of weight and raw power. And many people just say that she is slow, but underneath all the fat, technically she's built like a whole damn like NFL linebacker, which kind of makes sense because she used to play college football in her high school days. So I think everything comes full circle if you catch our drift. And now kind of at least crack open the neck of Morgan Ramirez, which is slightly, well, successful. And now just throwing Morgan Ramirez straight into the corner. As you remember from No Limit, you do remember from No Limit that Allison Drake can actually use all her, pretty much just use all her raw strength, and surprisingly enough, her incredible speed to get the edge over her opponent, as we have seen, well, during Thursday Night No Limits, as Morgan Ramirez managed to easily, well, pounce Taylor forward with sudden ease. I believe she's gonna do the exact same thing, but instead holds off with the snap power slam onto Morgan Ramirez. Morgan Ramirez ends up kicking out. And it seems that Allison Drake might at least take small advantages over her opponent. And looking like Allison Drake is calling for it and to dropping every single pound of weight onto her opponent. And that is it for Morgan Ramirez. I said it in the past, I'll say it again. The moment Allison Drake decides to drop all of her weight onto you from the top rope, that's it. You won't be able to kick out unless your whole body is prepared for it. But other than that, Allison Drake's momentum to championship gold starts now. But before we continue, I believe I just got word, as of course we just got word from our general manager Hunter, and I believe Lime is in the building. It seems that Lime wants to at least attempt to prove the general manager wrong by both of them having a friendly matchup. And gladly, Hunter accepts. Oh, don't worry about it, Lime. Well, no, not Lime. Don't worry about it, Blue. Lime will be staying in Underground for at least a year or so. Or unless the chief creators want it to be called up to main roster to be turned to a jobber. So in this case, calm your fucking titties. You're good. So of course, the battle between both high flyers will be taking place And you also have to remember that Lime, or at least many people speculate that Lime was the person behind, well, everything in terms of Mr. Blue being portrayed after he lost the XWA heavyweight title. Which, matter of fact, I will be making that belt once stream goes off air. So be on the lookout on my TikTok for any announcements. But of course, after that, in the coming weeks, Sky ended up leaving what was presumed to be the Latino World Order that Lime created. So now, Lime is going solo for the rest of his possible career.
Weighing in at 235 pounds.
That Lime is now in the XWA Underground building, as he says he wants to fight the general manager at XWA Underground to at least prove himself that although he was absent from the ring and technically locked into the trunk of a car by some unknown wrestler that is signed to all three brands, as we will figure out who was the man responsible for it. But yes, Lime is here, and it seems like he has a new attire and a brand new luchador mask, which he stole out of Hunter's own mask collection. So of course that will officially piss off Hunter.
From Rochester, New York, weighing in at 235 pounds.
And here comes the general manager. Well, pretty much with his just overall striking demeanor and just overall presence managed to send chills, well, down the underground universe's spine. And of course Hunter, or in this case Lime, decided to pick a fight that he's probably not going to be able to get out of. And the only way he'll be able to get out of it is just by sheer luck. And of course we would like to say, well, that not only Hunter is the general manager to XWA Underground, but he also gets to choose what matches to book, what people to sign, and hell, if he really wants to, he could face off any opponent in a match. And it seems like a possible high-flying match is set to take place. And looking at Hunter now taking at least a slight advantage over, well, pretty much over Lime, showcasing who's the real, the Latin American luchador of XWA really is. And now just slamming Lime onto the mat with ease. And looking at Hunter taking flight with the springboard drop kicking, or at least managed to connect. And now for Hunter going with the German suplex, maybe to get an easy win, but Lime ends up getting out of it. And Lime's not taking any more disrespect, well, on his rival. As of course Lime is using the LWO chant, but no one is chanting with him, as of course we do know for a fact that Lime's very own faction is done for. That Lime is gonna have to fight his very best here in order to take over a win, or let alone victory tonight. As Lime managed to throw Hunter, was looking that what the, and already showcased that Lime is now awakening his whole acrobatic background. And as for Hunter, Now, from what I can actually now say, that both luchadors are now taking the fight to the outside of the ring. And honestly, I'm surprised Hunter did not say that we were doing this in a street fight. Uh-oh. And now see that Lime now going for the head scissors. And the ref count is already at 7. We could possibly win this a double count out. However, it will not happen tonight. And Lime managed to throw Hunter back into the ring alongside with himself. And Hunter managed to get everything on the target's Lime. Rolling up Lime into the air and putting him down into cover. And Lime kicks out at 1. And now it seemed like the match would be entering its turning point in a possible few minutes. Yeah, thanks for the idea, Blue. I'm gonna use that in the next. I'm gonna use that in a new pay-per-view mosh pit. Thanks for the idea. We will credit you when that happens. But now looking like Hunter might have Lion in a deep situation into the last Winton version 2. And it seemed that Hunter is saying, yeah, I might just accidentally killed him. But it seemed like Hunter have heard the fans, and it seems like the fans want it again. And now Hunter going with the last Winton. Well, version 1, hooking the leg, but Lime kicks out. And it's always looking at Hunter was slightly impressed at the fact that Lime has a little bit of enough energy to get out. So now Hunter gonna have to pull the strings for him to take over victory. And looking at Hunter may be able to capitalize on the overall matchup as he rolls out onto ringside, trying to intercept Lime. It seems that Hunter is going to try to jump on the hand of Lime, trying to at least limit his punching capability, but Lime easily managed to get up. And whatever Hunter is thinking here is not going to be pretty. Putting Lime back first onto the apron. Looking at Lime. It's trying to at least put away the general manager. As of course both men had agreed to this fight alone. Now the fight is already being taken back into the ring. And now, looking for whatever reason, Hunter may be able to capitalize on the situation. However, Lime counters and tries to put away. But wait a second, Lime hooking the leg here, now putting both of his legs on the center rope. Hunter ends up kicking out. It seems that Lime wisely rolling out of the ring to avoid further damage to let alone himself or to his opponent, because he finally learned how to actually respect his opponent. Well, he doesn't respect anyone. However, he respects Hunter because both of them, hell, they were literally a tag team in Mexico. Wait a minute, it looks like Hunter wants to finish off Lime, setting him up for the last momentum, but Hunter won't be able to do it as Lime had to counter with a reverse plancha of his own, hooking the leg here. And Hunter kicks out. Of course, Lime is trying to slam, well, Hunter into the center of the ring, but it's looking to be. And here we go again. And what is Lime having planned? Pretty much kicking the lower legs of Hunter as both men are just down for just a few seconds. And it looked like it probably just hurt Lime more than it hurt Hunter. Hunter tried to get the roll around pin, but a rope break has been called and Lime rolls out of the ring. You see that Hunter may have an idea, and it looked like he's going to go for it for the suicide dive. And the fans are liking this match. No, better yet, they are loving this matchup here. Nope, we don't need a save format, not yet at least. And looking at Hunter might be able to take down Lime onto ringside, but Lime has to break himself free. Of course, Lime is now just throwing Hunter across the ring and might try to take the route that Cobra has taken and win the match by countout if Hunter won't be able to get himself back in the ring at the ref count reaches 9, but Hunter beats the ref count. Well, back into the match now, looking like Hunter managed to throw up Lime, hooking the leg here. And the general manager reigns supreme.
Here is your winner.
It seemed like the battle between both luchadors is now over, with Hunter managed to reign supreme on Lime. And wait a second, he's now asking for a microphone. Alright, Lime, you got what you wanted. I whooped your ass in the very ring so you can stop begging to fight me over anyone else. And if you want, and you end up getting called up to any brand, preferably like No Limits, we might have to revive the Luchador tag team. What do you say? Wait, and now looking at Lime is just rolling out of the ring and just taking the match with him. And whatever Lime is thinking is not going to be beat. But let's not get further into it, because we're getting close to our main event. There's only a few matches to go. Well, as of course, it will be the quote-unquote, well, father of the ring versus the real king of wrestling, FNO. And many people never have believed that FNO would actually be the one to sign a Xwa Underground contract. However, the main reason why he's saying he's only doing it under one rule. Well, as Hunter guaranteed FNO a title match, however, whoever has the title, that's who he will be fighting. And now, everyone's just waiting.
The following contest,
and here comes Lance Phillips.
Making his way to the ring from Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing in at 185 pounds, Lance Phillips.
Of course, Lance Phillip had said that no matter how hard, what the idea is, or let alone how hard it would actually be for him to take over Victory, he would just easily take over Xwa Underground, let alone saying it will be his kingdom. Okay, why the hell do we hear violins? Why do we hear boss music? Never mind. And here comes the real king of XWA Wrestling, or let alone the king of real wrestling himself, FNO. Although the adventure jacket's kind of fucked up. Of course, FNO has no way in hell he will be able to secure victory, or any way ever that he just wants to be called king. And no one actually does believe he has the potential of being XWA Men's Champion. However, he will not be first in line. Of course, we got Lance Phillip, and of course, well, FNO is center of the ring, and the bell is rung, and Lance Phillip is wasting no time in dropping FNO. But we would want to talk. Well, but we do want to talk about FNO's attire choice. Pretty much with him, pretty much trying to resemble the entire UK flag. And yet the overall athleticism of Lance Phillip, however, missing the target of FNO. Well, I'm sorry, King FNO, as he wants to be called for whatever reason. Like, he doesn't even have a title on him, so why are we calling him the king? But anyway, with all jokes aside, it's looking that King FNO just wants to attempt to put away, they're trying to put away the Lance Phillip. But if there's anything we know of Lance Phillip, he is not going to go down with ease. I'm looking at FNO might be able to lift up Lance Phillip and slam him down, hooking the leg here. Lance Phillip kicks out before the ref can even count to one. But wait a minute, now looking at Lance Phillip, now has, well, FNO and Crosshair attempting trying to play mind games with him. And FNO just had enough of people just disrespecting his royalty. And just slamming Lance Phillip onto the mat. But now, what is FNO really thinking? Wait a second. I believe that's the King's Excalibur. Oh wait, no, that's not the King's Excalibur, my bad. They're looking at FNO trying to get off the top rope. And he might take this opportunity here with an elbow drop to ringside. and just stomping on the face of Lance Phillip. And of course, F and O trying to get pretty much the crowd to rally behind him. Kevin is trying to attack Lance Phillip even more, but now Lance Phillip might have a plan, and the plan might end up work. Whatever Lance Phillip has planned to do, try to use a tad bit of his athleticism, well, to a limit. Looking to F and O, might be able to counter it, hooking the legs here. And Lance Phillip kicks out at 2. F and O thought he had the win in the palm of his hand. Now, time to try to slam down, but looking like F and O was having a shit taunt to Lance Phillip. F and O now have a possible way of victory and may just expose a weakness to Lance Phillip in targeting his knees. Or let alone both of his legs are being targeted. So now F and O, knowing the weakness of Lance Phillip, or may have a possible weakness, now just throwing Lance Phillip out of the ring for no executive reason. And as F and O rolls out of the ring, it seems that he had a better idea to see what he could try and do to get rid of Lance Phillip, but now Lance is having to go with a ringside elbow drop and flaring the arm of F and O. And with F and O just throwing Lance Phillip back out of the ring and looking, F and O might be able to finish it with another elbow drop, only this time into the back of Lance Phillip, hooking the leg. And F and O shockingly gets the victory over Lance Phillip.
Here is your winner,
And of course, King F and O is gonna try and attempt to keep his royalty at bay, let alone try to keep peace within himself. And of course, that but before we can get to our main event, we are now being welcomed by, of course, the general manager himself, well, Hunter, which he is now in a suit, surprisingly enough, which is quick. And pretty much he is, and now he's, and you know what, we'll just shut up and let Hunter take the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, the American Death Trap, Soji. So Soji, how do you feel about being part of Xwa Underground? Honestly, it kind of feels different in a way. Now, I know, there's a lot of people that hate me, especially my old tag team partner, but let's not get into that. But what I wanted to get into was the fact that I think, since I'm not a part of the main roster, I could pretty much do whatever I please. As long as no one ends up stopping me, I could just do what the hell I choose to do. Now, you excuse me, I don't want to have myself a match. Like, that's all I want. I should have this match for a solo reason. And hey, all I'm just gonna tell you is, even if I don't get a match, I'm still gonna find a way to get one, regardless of nothing. So yeah, I may be a little bit angry, but it's not gonna stop the fact that I could get my revenge or pretty much take shots at Mr. Blue for all I fucking want to. But I'm not going to because I already have my sights set on something else. The XWA Underground Championship gold. Wait a second, what the hell? And here come Lime! And here come Lime! Now just attacking Soji! What the hell had gotten into Lime? It seems that Lime, now we understand what was Lime was doing. For the moment he had left the very ring, it looked like you might have an overall idea for Soji driving him into the window of a car. After Soji never expected Lime to be part of the XWA Underground brand, but it seemed like he is attempting to fight back for his very own safety. Now looking at Soji, it's throwing, or pretty much opening up the ambulance doors. And after Lime, he might have just found a perfect opportunity to put away Soji. Now just slamming the door directly shut onto Soji. And whatever Lime has planned to do with the American Death Trap, he might just have a sudden way to make sure or pretty much doesn't come back. And looking at now just throwing Soji into the ambulance. And Soji tried to break himself free. Now Soji now understands what Lime's motives are. Now just throwing Lime into the ambulance as what for Soji had in mind might be able to get rid of Lime for everything he had done. Because from what Soji was thinking, he thinks he can make XWA Underground a better place for everybody, but not in the light of Lime. And what the hell was Lime even thinking, let alone for Soji, telling to try to break the arm of Lime. Now it seems like Lime may just have an idea of his own, trying to throw Soji across the whole, well, pretty much the backstage parking lot. And it seems that Lime is going to try again to make sure, well, Soji doesn't have anything to do with business. Is looking that line managed to counter, but wait a second, and another counter performed by Soyi. Now Soul has, well, almost, well, had, you know, who in the palm of their hands, and now Lime is climbing up on top of the ambulance. And it seems that Lime very much has a dangerous idea in order to put away Soyi. And now has a muffin. Oh my god! It's looking that Lime might just be batshit crazy. And Lime is just struggling to keep the doors closed. But Lime is just refusing to take a loss. Now it seems like Lime has no choice. Now, of course, Lime knowing that the ambulance may not work to get rid of Soyi. So now what the fuck Lime is thinking? Whatever that Soyi has in mind, it is not going to be pretty. Soyi just trying to fight back, and every step of the way, the Lime managed to get himself loose. And tries to now knock out was Soyi. No one knows what is he planning. And Lime just clubs Soyi into the garage door. And we have the medical team on standby to try and break everything up. And now you just hear Lime saying that you don't deserve championship gold. You don't even belong here. And what has gotten into Lime? So I would move away from that. It is time for our main event. And yes, that is right. It is now time for our main event, well, of tonight. And it will be formerly known as Noah Darby Miller against Ryan Stone. But ever since Noah Miller have basically been absent after the 2023 season finale of XWA, which happened to be XWA Curtain Call, he has pretty much not seen, he has not been seen in forever. It seems like both men are already in ring at the backstage brawl. It's already going down. But that out of the way, looking at Noah Miller decided to put away Ryan Stone automatically. And as for Noah Miller, as you have to remember that Noah Miller is what ended up becoming the FWA Universal Champion. So it would be would be pretty much amazing if we were to see Noah Miller become the FWA Men's Champion, as he would technically be the first. But looking that Ryan Stone really has something against it. But of course, Noah Miller just showcasing pretty much his overall work. And of course, Noah Miller already being pinned by Ryan Stone, and Noah Miller kicks out at 1. And Ryan Stone already just had enough of Noah Miller, but it seemed like pretty much his ego might be end up getting the best, as Noah Miller managed to connect with the dropkick. It seems that Noah Miller might be able to put away Ryan Stone. It looked like Noah Miller was ready to go, but immediately got put down by Stone. See that Ryan Stone is now taking to the top turnbuckle, but now getting off of it, wanting to know what could potentially happen. And Noah Miller wants to make sure that Ryan Stone doesn't have to come back and pretty much try to prison shank him in the ass. And now looking at Ryan Stone is genuinely pissed the hell off. And after Noah Miller, you can figure out some way to be able to put down, well, pretty much his opponent. And that's Ryan Stone. So it's kind of trying to play games with Noah Miller. And looking at in the main event matchup that Ryan Stone will be able to put away Noah Miller. And of course, Noah Miller managed to get up out of it after Ryan Stone just jumping out of the ring from pretty much with speed and efficiency. That's trying to break the ankle of Noah Miller. And of course, Ryan Stone ended up going back into the ring, just staring down Noah Miller from afar. And back at the ring now, and a big major body splash of Noah Miller. But looking at Ryan Stone managed to give him pretty much like a hook choke slam almost. And go for it again. Just slamming Noah Miller onto the ground, and it seems that Ryan Stone might be able to do it with the tombstone drop. Hooking the legs here, and it might be over for Noah Miller. And it will be. And we have our winner of our main event. And you could already see the damage being dealt to Ryan Stone. But that will conclude Xwa Underground. But as we will see you back on Monday for Xwa's Onslaught, as we may end up figuring out what really happened with Avi Osa.